What is up, everybody? Shwayze here. In today's video, we're going to do a quick exterior interior walk around of the all-new 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. Hey everyone, before we dive into today's video, I want to tell you about Octane Coffee Company. It is the car-themed coffee company with a variety of different roasts paired with iconic names. You've got Big Block, Race Gas, The Goat. It's perfect for early morning cars and coffee or cruises down the canyon. It is the coffee for all car enthusiasts. Pick up your bag at OctaneCoffeeCompany.com, link is down below, and get 10% off your first order using promo code Octane10. Now back to the video. So the XRT was just announced a couple hours ago, and I wanted to give you a little walk around of the exterior. Now overall, the updated Santa Fe was just announced a couple months ago, and it's a little bit of a striking design. Definitely looks totally different than the outgoing Santa Fe. Starting off with the front end, you got these H-design LED daytime running lights, and they're very distinctive, looks totally different than every other vehicle on the road. And then this one being the XRT, think of it kind of like the X Pro line in Kia's jargon. It's pretty much the off-road ready version, or a little bit more rugged version. So the front end is a little bit different. You got some more plastic cladding and just a lot of distinctive designs and shapes to the front end of this vehicle. It's very unique. Nothing like it on the road. Although a lot of people do say this does resemble like a Land Rover Defender or something like that. And I think Kia was going after that in terms of its design. Now starting off with the side, this vehicle is sitting on Continental all-terrain tires. These are 245/60 R18s. Then you have a bit more ground clearance with this XRT. We're talking 1.5 extra inches as compared to the standard Santa Fe. Climbing across the side, you'll see that you have that wraparound windshield with that darkened A-pillar, and then very similar Land Rover Defender-like door handles, and just ruggedness overall. Coming across the side, you'll see it has a very similar Land Rover Defender-like C-pillar. Now climbing around the rear end, this is where it gets a little bit weird in my opinion. I feel like these taillights are a little bit too low. I kind of would have preferred maybe vertical taillights instead of horizontal ones, but again, you have that H design in the back, the XRT badge. It's definitely unique. I don't know, it's going to take some getting used to, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. You have your reverse lights down there at the bottom, a little bit more of that gray bumper cladding. Perhaps in this color it does look a little bit better. I'm not sure if maybe the green was contrasting too much with the red tail lights, but it's still a little bit of an odd design. And then let's climb inside and show you what the interior looks like. Now jumping into the first row, you got nice soft touch materials all across the top. Interesting trim piece over here, and then over here as well. I wish it was maybe wood or some sort of other material. It's kind of like this dark plastic. Doesn't look as good as some of other stuff I've seen from Kia and Hyundai. You got your door switches over here with your windows, and then your aluminum door handle. And down here you have a little compartment for your cup holder and a speaker grill for your Bose audio system. Then taking a look at the seats, nice perforated leather. You got a little bit more of those H designs, which look kind of interesting. And then climbing inside, you'll see the interior looks very similar to other Hyundai Kia products. You've got dual 12.3-inch touchscreens. Now I don't have any power to this particular vehicle, so I can't actually show you the software, but it's going to be typical Hyundai stuff. I will say this steering wheel looks very similar to the Land Rover Defender I reviewed. On the left-hand side are your controls for your cruise control, and on the right-hand side is how you will control this large gauge cluster display. Now, to the left of the steering wheel, you got your buttons to open up your lift gate along with your electronic parking brake. And then up top over here, not only do you have a head-up display, but you've also got soft touch materials all across the top. Feels really good with some contrast stitching. On the passenger side, you got this little compartment over here where you can store something pretty skinny, because there's really not that much space over there. But then I do like this trim piece. Again, I wish it was maybe a different material like aluminum or maybe some wood. And then over here you've got your start stop button, your air vents. And then down here you have another compartment, which is kind of odd. You could probably stick a laptop in there. And then opening up this compartment, you've got obviously just your regular glove compartment. Over here you have your screens for your dual zone climate control, your physical buttons for some of your seek and track settings, which is nice. And then physical volume and tune knobs. Down here is how you go through your various different drive modes. You got a 4-wheel drive lock, which is nice, and your downhill cruise control along with a 360 camera. What's interesting here is you have dual wireless charging pads, which is something I don't see very often, if at all. You've also got a ton of different USB ports. And then before we climb further back, I do want to show off this weird gear selector. This is where it's located, right behind the steering wheel, but this is how you'll cycle through drive and reverse. And then moving further back, you got a little compartment here for your 2 cup holders, soft touch materials over here, and this is kind of a dual opening armrest, so you can open it from the back or you can open it from the front. It's got a little bit of space back there. Now moving upwards, you have your digital rear view camera mirror, and you've got a pretty decent panoramic sunroof, although there's only one sunroof for the driver and passenger side, and then you actually have a dual sunroof for the second and third row. So there is a bar here between the first and second row. I kind of wish they would have just had a large panoramic sunroof. Jumping into the second row, more soft touch materials. You've got a sun visor that's retractable, and then you've got buttons over here to activate your heated seats for the second row. You got two cup holders, another compartment down there, and your speaker grill. And then taking a look at these captain's chair seats, they look really nice. Again, a little bit more of those H logos with some perforated leather. And then if this vehicle had power, I'd be able to show you what the third row looks like, but there's just no accessory power unit on, but not a bad amount of space. Of course, this one being a boxy SUV, you're going to have pretty decent headroom back there. Now you've got a pretty innovative little storage compartment over here, probably for like a trash bag or just for hiding little things here and there, and your air vents are located on the B-pillar. And then there's a look at what it looks like from up top. I do like this suede material on the roof. And then climbing into the third row of the green model, you'll see how much space is behind the third row. Not that much space, but given this is a boxy SUV, you'll be able to store some things higher up. Underneath the trunk floor, you have a pretty small storage compartment along with your jack. And then to lower the third row seats, you simply pull on this handle, and then you can lower it and you have a lot more cargo area. So it does help to have a boxy exterior. Now, this is a hard touch plastic material. You do have two cup holders over here, but you've got rear air vents and rear AC system, which is nice, along with a household power outlet back here to plug in some devices. So a pretty usable third row. Now, Hyundai hasn't exactly revealed what's under the hood here, but we imagine it's the same 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder that's on every other Santa Fe. Produces 277 horsepower. Now, all that power is sent through an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, and in this XRT trim you of course get standard all-wheel drive. And there will also be a hybrid powertrain, but it will come later on in the year. So the first powertrain that will be available will be this 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder. Now, in terms of towing capacity, you're looking at a maximum of 4,500 pounds. Well, there you have it, folks. That was the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. Let me know your thoughts on this vehicle down in the comments below. Definitely has a more rugged styling than the prior generation Santa Fe. I still just can't get used to that rear end, but I'm curious to know what you think. If this is your first time stopping by, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can check out all of the weekly videos. Also, check me out on all the social media at Shwazy_. Until next time, everybody, I hope you stay Shwazy, stay healthy, have a wonderful day.